Hello Airsoft friends, and welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to rap, but not the kind of gangster type of rap, because I can't really rap at all, and you'd probably hate that. What I'm going to be doing is putting this rap that I got onto my brand new SSG96. It's one of the silo raps. It's HyperBeast, because I'm, you know, a bit of a CSGO player, although probably not as much now, but back in the day I used to smash it out. If I've got a clip of me doing something good in CSGO, I'll put that here. We're going to be wrapping our SSG96. I've done some preparations and I've got the stock here. I've taken the upper off, and it's quite handy as well because I needed to take the stock off anyway, because apparently I did forget to put a screw in, although the instructions didn't state that there was an extra screw that had to go in. Once I finished wrapping it, I can put the extra screw in, which is great news. Hooray! So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking our wrap from Mr. Silo, which arrived from Mr. Novritsch himself. We're going to be preparing this, which is essentially just going to be cleaning it down with some isopropyl alcohol, making sure there's no, grease or anything like that. And then hopefully sticking this on, and it's going to look amazing. If it doesn't look amazing, I'll be quite sad. I have some experience with putting wraps on, as you know, my Mark 23, wherever that is. This is one I got from 1S Airsoft, so thank you very much, dude. Look at that. Look how good it is. It's camouflaged. So I'm hoping the Silo one will be just as easy to apply, and that it will be, just as high in the quality, because I do like the 1S Airsoft one. It's very, very good. So without further ado, let's just get into doing what we're going to be doing. So first of all, I need to clean my stock just to make sure that it's got no grease or anything on it at all. In terms of materials, we have got our stock, we've got our rag, we've got our isopropyl alcohol, which is 70%. We're going to get kicked off and just give this a wipe down. It's important to clean it, because if it's not clean, then the adhesive won't stick properly, and then it's just going to peel off, and then that's going to be a waste of money. Too much money. A little squirt here and a little rub there. You want to go all over it just like that, and this will get off any crap, any dirt, any rubbishy bits too. And the great thing about using isopropyl alcohol is it evaporates once it's done, so you don't have to worry about having any residue left on the riff at all, causing issues with your adhesive. And that there is just about done. If you want to follow me there, go follow me there. StayFreshShoe, Twitter, Project Airsoft, Instagram. And hey, if you're not subscribing, why not subscribe? Oh, it's got a nice smell to it. It's like a kind of PVA glue kind of smell almost. It looks pretty cool, to be fair. He did originally make this wrap for the standard L96. We're also going to be using our hot air gun, which is over there, once we've applied it, just to make sure that we can push it into all the crevices and cracks, and make sure that it's applied nice and evenly. Without further ado, let's apply this side first of all. The left side? Is that the left side? Yeah, we've got the stock left here. Let's peel this off and apply it as carefully as we can. So I guess we'll get the hot air gun. Hopefully this doesn't melt everything. It's actually going on really well. I'm very surprised at this. That is looking all right. I mean, the bits over the screws, I'll definitely, I'll scalpel out afterwards, or X-Acto out afterwards. There are some little bits down here which I want to try and get the ridges out of. So all I do is put a little thin cut on them with the scalpel, and then put the heat on it, and then hopefully I can push them out. Alright, there we go. That is that side done. And that looks pretty sick, to be fair. Look at that. That's much better than I thought it was going to be at the start. So that's the standard black, and that's with the HyperBeast on it. That looks sick. I mean, I'm not really sure if it's going to help with the whole camo factor of the rifle, but in terms of cool factor, I think that's pretty damn cool. Look at that. Amazing. Alright, so that side is done. I'm going to quickly put on the other side now. And there we have it. Both sides done. HyperBeast up. I'm pretty happy with that. This side though, I do have more whoopsie areas where it's not as smooth as I would like it to be. There's a couple of like ridgety bits. I do also need to do a pass where I take out all the little coverings on the hardware. So let's do that quick. And there we have it. And I must say, I think that looks pretty bloody good. Makes me feel like I'm right back there on Dust 2. At the start, I was pretty skeptical about it. Like, the holes seemed to be a little bit off. and you know, the positioning of the cuts didn't really seem perfect, and I think I'm still on that boat. I think the cutting of this could be a little bit more spot on to the rifle shape, like especially up and around here. It could be cut more to either maybe the SSG96 is different to the standard L96, so it would be nicer if it was a little bit more cut to spec, but to be fair, it has gone on really, really nice. There is a bit of a learning curve with putting these on though, and unfortunately it means that I've got like a load of like soft ridges here and there, so with gloves on you're probably not going to feel them, but when you're like kind of rubbing your bare hands on it, they do come up quite a bit. And I do have a hole here where I applied too much heat to one particular spot and it kind of ripped open, which is a shame. So, but it doesn't like touch your hand at all, it's just above it, so you can kind of see it, but also it kind of also looks a little bit like part of the design, like it's literally that bit there. So when you rub your thumb on it you can feel the ridge, but when you're not, it just, yeah, it looks like it's part of the gun. Overall, I am happy with it. I think it looks sick. It's a nice one to have on the wall for sure, and I'm looking forward to getting this out and skirmishing. I know I say in my videos I'm a sneaky sniper, and this probably isn't going to help me be super sneaky, so maybe this rifle will be for, you know, when I don't want to be super sneaky, or if people still can't see me with it, I can use it when I'm super sneaky. Or if I want to use it when I'm super sneaky and people are seeing me with it, maybe I'll just have to take the skin off, sadly. Until that time, I can carry on using it, and it's going to be lovely. Another benefit about skins, as well as like, you know, it just looking cool, is it offers protection for the gun. So if I did come to, in future, wanting to sell this Riff, I can take the skin off, or if the person wants it, leave it on, but I could potentially take it off and reveal the nice, clean, unscratched body underneath. So gives you some protection, makes your Riff look cool. All in all, yeah, it's good. Price-wise, I would like it to be a little bit less pricey. I bought mine off the Novritsch store, so I expect there's going to be a little bit of a added on cost there, because this is Silo. This is a Silo product. Silo makes it. Thank you very much, Silo, lad. But at the minute, there is like a 16% discount off on the Silo store, so you can get them for like £34 instead of 40. But, you know, I think 40 is way too much for what you're getting. Like, it looks good, but I think, yeah, 40 is just a bit too much. £30, I'd be happy for that, and like 25 I would say would be an absolute bargain. So I think it's only a little bit over the price of what I would expect for it, but yeah, 30 quid, I'd say that would be okay. There are extra bits as well for you to put on the scope. I put a bit on this part of the scope first of all, and because there's such big like changes in size and stuff, it just didn't really look good, so I just peeled it off and put that straight in the bin. It is a shame, but scopes are just weird shapes, so trying to get a bit of plastic to mold around that is going to be pretty tricky. And you know, I don't think it looks bad not having the scope camo wrapped. I think it's also quite nice just having the gun wrapped. And if I did need to transfer the scope to another Riff, I don't need to worry about it being all, you know, like HyperBeasty and looking strange. It will just be like a normal scope, which is good. So if you're going to be getting a skin like this, which, you know what, I do recommend it. It makes your gun look really, really sick. There's a few things that I will definitely recommend you do. First of all, don't cut these holes any bigger, because the plastic wrap does expand quite a bit. So once you put it over the hole, heat it up and then push in all the cornery bits, and this hole will get bigger. On this side here, I've now got quite like a big black hole bit where you can see through to the plastic, although it's not that much of a big deal. Next up, I'd recommend taking the stock apart and doing each side separately, because these bolty bits, they're much easier to cut out with the bolts not in there, and it gives you a much better finish too on those as well. And third of all, I'd say just take your time. I kind of rushed mine a little bit, which I'm partly sad about, because I think it could have been better, but at the same time, I think it looks pretty darn good as it is. But yeah, take your time with it and go slowly, and you're going to get a much better result. You could also, if you're not going to be putting the stuff on your scope, take the plastic bits off for your scope and practice putting them on, just so you get a feel for how much heat you need to apply, and also like the kind of way in which you would apply it, because if you put it on and you've got a big air bubble in the middle, you're going to have to deal with that, because that's how you get ridges. So try not to get ridges, try not to get air bubbles. If you get air bubbles, poke a hole in them, heat them up and squish them out, but try and do it in a way which won't cause a ridge or anything like that. And yeah, you should be all good to go. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you Silo for the wrap, and thank you Novritsch for the SSG. This wasn't sponsored by any of those guys. I had to pay for all of that stuff. But this video is sponsored by projectairsoft.co.uk. Check out the website. There's tons of accessories and upgrades, and there's going to be some new stuff going on there very soon for a new Riff in particular, which is very exciting times. Also, check in the video description. There's links to Amazon affiliate codes. There's stuff in there that you use for airsoft. There's cameras. There's computer bits. Everything you need in order to just have fun in the digital airsofty world. Hooray! Thank you once again for watching. Remember to call your hits. sights, and I'll see you in the next one.